friends to my kitchen. Today is soup day. It's hot outside. I don't know if you're like me, but I can eat soup any time of the day. Doesn't matter if it's hot, doesn't matter if it's cold. I love soup. I guess maybe because we were brought up with soup, so I love any kind of soup. So I have here butternut squash. I had some that I had bought, and before they go bad, I gotta make something with. And I'm like, I want something light. I don't want a heavy meal, and butternut squash soup is perfect for this. So that's what I'm gonna do, a butternut squash soup. So I have here 2 butternut squashes. Like I said, they were small, they were not very big. I have some celery, some onion, garlic, and then some thyme that I picked from my garden, and some sage, and then some chicken stock. And then there's other things that I'm gonna add as we go along, and I'll show you. So I'm gonna move all this to my back camera. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I love this soup. I've made this soup so many times, and I never get tired of it because it's so light and filling. So I'm going to put my onion and kind of cook it until it's translucent, maybe a minute or 2. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt so it helps to draw that water from the onion. I'm gonna add my celery too. Start cooking all this. I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper. Season as you go along, so everything is seasoned. And then we're going to blend all this in the blender, so it'll be so nice, almost like a butternut squash bisque. And then this is the basic. You can add anything. You can add shrimp, you can add chicken if you want to, if you want it to make more filling. It's endless what you can do with this. I'm gonna add my garlic and my thyme and sage. Sage is perfect with this. It's those warm spices, herbs, flavors that it just makes it so good. That smell already of the sage and the thyme. Sometimes I add carrots. It all depends what I have that I want to get rid of it. I'm just going to do it the butternut squash and celery today. I'm going to add my butternut squash. I'm going to add a can of chicken stock and then a can of water. If you want to make this a vegetarian, just use a beef vegetable broth. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. Okay, friends, my butternut squash and the vegetables are done. And now I'm going to blend all this and until it's smooth. Okay, I'm going to go slow because this is hot. Okay, I'm gonna pour in this bowl, and then we're gonna strain it. And that's why this soup is so good. It's so silky. We're gonna add some cream to it. And that's what I mean, is you can add anything after this. And we're just straining, so we take some of that fiber from the celery. You actually don't waste nothing at all. Just wanted a smooth, silky soup. You can put, if you don't have a powerful blender, you can put in a food processor. But see, nothing stayed behind. Don't waste none of this. And now we strain this too. And then we're going to add a little bit more water, depending on the consistency you want. I've done this soup also. I did this way, but I've done another way. The same way you put everything in pot, you can put everything in a cookie sheet and roast all these vegetables. It will intensify the flavor of the vegetables because you'll have them roasted. You just put everything in a cookie sheet, drizzle some oil, olive oil over, salt and pepper, and cook until they're soft. Maybe about 20 minutes at 350 or 400. And you just intensify the flavor without doing anything. But I did it this way today. But that's one way I've done it before. I'm gonna get a little bit of water to kind of clean all that there. So putting the water through the strainer, it takes any little piece that it's still there. Now we're gonna mix all this. This is so good. And that's how you want it. Because I'm gonna add a little bit of cream too. So this goes back in the stove and it's gonna come to a simmer. It's an easy soup, pretty much. And if you do it in a roasted the vegetables and then add it to the blender and then add it to the pot, that's all that you dirty. Maybe about a cup of heavy cream. Or you can add half and half. But that's gonna make it kind of silky and so delicious. We just want this to come to a simmer now. I'm gonna taste for salt. Perfect, doesn't need no salt. All you need is to come to a simmer. Once it's simmered, it's done. And this is how you want it. A nice, put it in a bowl. I'm gonna have very little. It's kind of early for dinner. And then I have, I make croutons when I have bread that it's going bad. I slice it, toast it, brush it with some olive oil, and and put it in a bag or in a jar, and it stays nice and toasted. So for things like this. Now I'm going to add a little bit of sour cream. It gives a little tangy. Or if you have crema, Mexican crema, good too. Here's my soup. It's hot. You can add some sunflower seeds on top. I do that, especially when it's fall. I put some sunflower seeds on top. It is so good. I do this usually for fall. I tell you, when you don't know what to eat and you're just, especially in the summer hot days that you're just tired, you can eat this hot or cold. I like it hot, but you can eat it cold. So good. And that tangy from the sour cream, it's so delicious. Butternut squash is very affordable and it's available all year long. But if you have any other, this is a butternut squash I had, but if you have another pumpkin, it can do the same idea. But you give it a try of this easy, so light, so flavored with that sage and that thyme. It is so good. So you give it a try. Are you one that eats soup all year long, or do you have times you eat soup? My husband doesn't eat soup in the summer. Winter he will, not in the summer, it's too hot. Doesn't matter to me, it's light. Sometimes it's, you just want something light and nothing heavy, even if you just add vegetables. So now with this, I could add some cooked shrimp and add it to it. I could add some cooked chicken, rotisserie chicken, just added pieces. I'm gonna give some of this to my in-laws, and that's what I'm gonna do, so they have a little bit more protein. I'm gonna add some rotisserie chicken on top, that way they can have it for dinner. But it's an easy meal, people, easy meal. There's no need to go out to those fast foods. If you get your kids to eat like this, they're gonna act better. They're gonna be healthier. That's what I did to my kids. Today's kids, they don't know what healthy. They only know is McDonald's and the fast foods. So anyway, so try to make this recipe. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Share my videos on your social media with your friends. Plug, plug, plug. I really appreciate it. And until next time, let's get cooking. Have a good day.